I've seen you play this season. I don't think confidence is something you seem to be lacking at all now.
Yeah, I think I am much more happy like inside. So I don't know. I just feel much more comfortable opping.
Well, that's great to hear, and I hope to see more and more of that confident AWPing. Because sure, when you repeat the angle for the fourth time, maybe it's pushing it a bit far, but still, it's great to see that self belief actually come
Yeah,
through.
yeah.
Hello, and welcome back to the Vandals HQ. This is another interview with a Vandal. I'm T, and joining me is Sultan, or Sultanen. I'm not sure which one it is actually. Can you clear that up?
It's Sultan. It's Sultan. I just haven't changed the username on platforms like esea. So I know it's confusing, but it's Sultan.
Because it makes sense to me. Because when you put en at the end of something in Swedish, right, it means like the. So I was
Yeah.
like, that it rang true. It's just I wasn't sure if we'd actually officially changed it or not. But all right, Sultan,
Yeah.
how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
Good.
5-1 lead in open. I think
Yeah,
life is good right now.
yeah, it is. It's a great start. I was, a bit. I wouldn't say nervous going into the season, but when the team has a change the day of the first match to the roster, I'm a bit like, yo, this is a bit sketch. Like, what was the vibe like when that happened in the team?
So coming into this season, we had me and Rav assembled this team with a total time of 1 week to create a team with three synergized players. And
Yeah.
that's basically impossible. But we
Yeah.
made it happen. But coming into the first match, Unreal just announced that he doesn't want to coach anymore.
Wait,
Quote, it was boring.
but
So, yeah. So we knew it was a golden opportunity. And basically, our Oper, uh, his name was Delay.
Mhm.
He didn't feel very comfortable calling in English, so basically it made sense to remove him from the lineup. I mean, it was a mutual agreement, so we're not really in a beef with him.
he seemed kind of okay about it on Twitter. I noticed his tweet was relatively, just yeah, it didn't work out. I didn't want to do it.
Yeah, we're still in contact. I'm trying to help him find a team
That's
right
cool.
now. Yeah, so I think it went great actually. For the team, I actually think, me, Rav, and Unreal is talking about this constantly, how lucky we were to create this team because we have so many strong voices in the team. It's me, Rav, and Unreal basically, which is calling all the time in game,
Mhm.
and there's no egos. Like that never happens. It's so rare.
Yeah, I think that's something Unreal brought up because when I did my interview with him, he talked about his philosophy of how mid rounds should be done, how like in-game leading should be approached, and he was quite insistent that you need more than one guy who's willing to talk and more than one guy who knows what he's talking about, and that's kind of
Absolutely.
like the vibe he's giving us about this roster.
And the thing is, he taught me everything about CS. I'm still
Mm.
inexperienced, so everything I learned about Team CS, it comes from him. So I know what he wants, he knows what I want, and just works so well between me and him. Of course, I have my own views, and I give him feedback on everything,
Yeah.
so we both improve. And then comes Rav, which has a very different view on CS, and
Hmm.
we're just collapsing together in a system, and it just works so great.
So it's a melting pot essentially of just these
Yeah,
ideas,
uh,
these philosophies, and it's working out. Which is, oh, we can see on the server, it definitely is working out.
yeah.
But so let's get into the questions specific to you. I do have one thing that's just come up: is how long have you lived in Sweden?
I have lived in Sweden since I was 5.
That
Uh,
explains it. Okay.
yeah, so 12 years. No, what? 13 years. Yeah.
Just remember your own age there quickly.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
no, because your accent, it sounds basically like a Swedish guy. And I was like, just a bit
yeah,
taken
I
aback.
was raised here, so
All right, that does clear up a few things. Because that
yeah.
was me on the broadcast thinking, why hasn't he got ping issues if he's from all the way over in Egypt, right? That was originally
I was born in Iraq, actually.
Iraq. Okay, who
Yeah.
told me Egypt?
I don't know. I saw it in the chat yesterday. I don't know how that came up, but
Oh,
yeah, I'm from Iraq.
right. Okay, but yeah, because your Swedish slash English with a Swedish accent was really good when I first heard you talk. So I was like, this is kind of sus. It's just another
Yeah, I can
Swedish kid.
understand that.
But yeah, so the first thing I wanted to talk about really was how did you first get into CS? So like, was it your first game or
No, I was
no?
playing Call of Duty in the
Oh,
beginning
okay.
of my gaming career, I guess you can call it. A lot of Call of Duty. I was actually trick shotting. I don't know what if you know what
Yeah,
that means.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
remember. I'm
yeah.
older than you.
So
I
you
remember trick
also,
shotting.
yeah. So do you also remember FaZe Clan being a
Of
very big
course, yeah,
part of
yeah.
that? Yeah,
Phase and optic and yeah,
yeah.
that whole
So
thing.
I followed FaZe a lot. I was a FaZe fanboy. And then one day on YouTube, I saw a frag moving called like introducing FaZe CS:GO, and it's still up there on YouTube. You can go check it
Yeah.
out. And I just saw this game, and I was immediately like, what is this game? It looks so
Mm.
cool. And then suddenly my friends got a PC, they played CS, and then my brother got a PC, played CS, and then I just also wanted to join the party. So I
Yeah.
bought a PC. Actually had to wait a whole year because my money issues.
Yeah, I feel your
But
pain. I had to wait a long time
yeah,
before I got my PC.
yeah, it cost a lot. Like I didn't
Yeah.
realize it cost this much. Yeah, but I got a PC finally, and I got CS just before the summer of 2016, I think,
Hmm.
or 17. I'm not sure. And then, when it's summer, everyone is outside. We don't get the sun a lot here in Sweden.
Yeah.
But I stayed home, played CS. I was immediately in love, and yeah, I got better than my friends. So I'm very, very proud of me.
I mean, that's pretty cool. I think. Yeah, I think the first time I played CS wasn't even on my own PC. I had it and I played it on my parents' like not worktop, desktop, just their home workstation type computer,
Yeah, yeah,
and it was like I had the lowest graphics settings, like 25 FPS, but
yeah.
still
At
worth
the
every.
time, my PC was a monster. Like it cost, I think, $1,300, which is
Jesus.
yeah, it was like really good. And now it's shit. I haven't changed the part since 5 years, I think. So
Yeah, I mean that's like double what I paid for my first PC, and I bought mine around the same time as you bought your first one. Just since then, I've upgraded because otherwise I would be
yeah, I'm thinking of
struggling.
upgrading. It's getting old now. It's getting really old.
Yeah, I get that. I feel that. So here's another point. At what point did you get into the more competitive side of the game? Because there's playing with your friends, but then there's moving on up. Like, at what point did you start making that transition?
I think it was 2019. 2019, I got in a team called HD Tactics, and you might remember Hitchy. He was a part of Vandals for just a bit.
I've
I
seen his
don't think.
name in chat. I've never
Yeah.
actually like known who he is.
So what happened was he was gonna create a team with Unreal, and the team was gonna be announced in Vandals just before us, but
Yeah.
the team really didn't happen. But anyways, Hitchy 2 years ago, uh, we got in the same team and everything, but I wasn't ready. I was definitely
Okay.
not ready. I could admit it. So and they kind of kicked me, understandably so, um, and just ruined it for me because I've never been in a team environment, and then hard feedback was uh, getting onto me, like a bit toxic feedback even, and it just ruined it for me. So I had to wait until 2020. Yeah, this year actually.
Oh,
This year
really?
I began with CS. Yeah.
So it was one attempt that didn't go well, and then you had to really like reevaluate if that's what you wanted to do. I
Yeah, I mean
guess.
that was my first impression of Team CS, and I just didn't like it.
Mm.
And then I got a team with a couple of Swedes in the beginning of 2021,
Hmm.
or the end of 2020. Maybe it was that, but yeah, I haven't been in Team CS for that long.
Okay. Because yeah, well, this year you in a team with two Swedes. At what point did you start? Like, I don't know when you met Unreal or when you guys started playing together, talking about joining his team. Like, when did that conversation start happening?
So I was in IGL in the beginning for my Swedish team, and I saw this video on YouTube about how to default on Vertigo, and I had tons of questions. So I contacted Unreal privately. I asked him lots of questions, like
Mm.
maybe 20, and he answered, like, he was so nice to me, and he answered every single one of my questions. Uh, and I think he knew that I was dedicated enough. So when he had the spot on Vandals, he asked me, and then I tried for him, and he basically just got me because he knew like we fit, like he knew what I was capable of. So yeah, that was how.
That's pretty cool, actually, because I know Unreal's got his YouTube channel. He does a lot of, IGL stuff. He calls it, I can't remember what he calls it, his IGL series, where
Yeah,
he gives out those sort of information. That's pretty cool. That's how you found out about it.
yeah,
Yeah, that's novel. You don't usually hear about a story like that, especially with
no.
teammates. Uh, but yeah, that's really interesting. So since then you played on that first team, and then at the end of that season the team kind of fell apart. But what's changed since we last saw you on the server? Like, what have you been up to? Like, what's gotten better?
So after first gen Vandals,
Hmm.
obviously that playoff match kind of ruined our team. We lost
Okay.
it against the, in my opinion, worst team. So it was really disappointing. All that work for nothing, basically.
Hmm.
So we decided to kick Jib and Shinny evaluate like our team and just fix the problems that we had, and which was trust and scheduling problems. But after that, we lost Bunzi, and then Unreal kicked me. So it was really mentally hard for me. So I decided to try with other teams because I was like left out alone, you know. And
Yeah.
apart from Unreal, I didn't know anyone internationally, and so I was kind of trialing between teams, IGLing, AWPing, rifling. But I never really found a team that suited me, so I decided to take the season off to focus on myself. So I fixed my sleep schedule and went to the gym and just focused on myself really.
Yeah.
And towards the end, I joined a team. Uh, then I moved to another team, which was a lot better as an analyst to get to know the game.
Okay.
And yeah, that's basically it. I mean, in the short span of a month, that was all.
Yeah. Actually, the seasons of ESA aren't that long, so it hasn't been that
Yeah,
long. But still, like, that's cool to hear. Like, not just working on yourself inside the server, outside the server. That's something I think not enough players take into consideration. Is that sleep, working out, just getting your body right.
yeah. Because I think what went wrong in the first season was actually my confidence. I wasn't really confident enough in my AWPing, so that really tore down my performance. And yeah,
Hmm.
I don't blame Unreal for kicking me.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, because I've seen you play this season. I don't think confidence is something you seem to be lacking at all now.
Yeah, I think I am much more happy like inside. So I don't know. I just feel much more comfortable AWPing.
Well, that's great to hear, and I hope to see more and more of that confident AWPing. Because sure, when you repeat the angle for the fourth time, maybe it's pushing it a bit far, but still, it's great to see that self belief actually come
Yeah,
through.
yeah.
So that brings me on to another point. What is it, in your opinion, that makes an AWPer good? Like, that's a bit of a vague question, but still, I want to see where you take this. Like, personally, what do you think on that?
So AWPing from the outside seems very easy, but you have to be well put in a system where you need to be comfortable, but you need to also work around your teammates, and most importantly, with your teammates. Uh, if you don't have a good system, you will never AWP good. Like that's ground rule.
All right.
Uh, but I think the quality that makes an AWPer good is unpredictability. So if you look at
Right.
Device, you look at Simple, what do they have in common? Like the opponents never know where they are,
Hmm. Yeah.
and they can never guess, and that makes it so hard in game. And that's what I'm trying to take inspiration of. Like I want to take that into my playstyle, which makes me good, I think.
Okay, so yeah, so for you the key factor is that unpredictability. So I've actually brought this up in some like contexts or content on streams, changing the picks you take, repositioning after shots. That's what we mean when we talk about unpredictability. In practice, that's what it looks like, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And rotations, just you take a peek short, you go too long. Like that kind of stuff is just overpowered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's something I think most people should take to heart when they talk about AWPing. But there's something else to your game that I've not really known about until this season. So today you mentioned IGLing, and also Unreal mentioned to me in that interview post game that you've been watching demos and helping him prepare for like opponents, which is something I didn't realize you brought to the table. That being said, what are the sort of things you look for in a demo when preparing for an opponent?
Okay, so when looking at the demo, first you need to know what your goal is. What do you want to learn? What do you want to study? What do you want to learn from the demo?
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, we had one demo of Sunburn, which was our opponent last game.
Mm-hmm.
One demo of them, we basically hard ant-stratted it, which basically means you look at their rotations, you look at their timings, you look at their setups, you look at their positionings, what they like to run, what they don't like to run, and then if you conclude all those points, you can visualize what their weaknesses is. So basically, we knew that they hard stacked cave on CT side, so we tried to avoid cave. We tried to run A splits instead,
Mm-hmm.
or just A contacts, which I guess you saw us do quite a lot.
Yeah, I brought it up because the meta is very B focused, but you guys,
Yeah,
mid and A heavy, so
yeah,
that
and
kind of explains it, right?
I think they knew it as well. They know that the B meta is, current,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why they hard stacked it. And yeah, we tried to go the other side with a couple of strats and ideas, and it worked out really great. I mean, we had the control the whole game, I think.
Yeah, that's how it's been explained, at least in Unreal's short post interview. He said, we felt in control because we had those sorts of reads just established immediately.
Yeah. We also knew coming in that they went on their T side. They went B 80% of the time, so that helped us massively. Sometimes we were 4B and 1A, which you don't do on a normal game, but we did it in this, and it weren't great. It worked out so well.
Yeah, it was a 16-12 initially. When you look at it, isn't that dominating of a scoreline? But watching the game, you could tell that the read was there, the setups were there.
Yeah.
The game wasn't really going to slip away, even when they got back to 15-12. Like, it was pretty assured of victory.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's all the serious stuff. What is your favorite map to play in CS:GO?
Favorite map? I think the obvious pick would be Overpass, since I'm an
Ooh.
opera and it's really an op map. But I actually think Inferno. I think on CT side especially, it's a lot about the opera himself and how he wants to approach the game. I mean, it's complex. I like complex. It's full of, you need to have a good game sense for the game, and I like game sense. And
Okay,
it's
yeah.
full of action. Like Banana, there's mid, and there's a lot of contact plays and such. So yeah, I like Inferno. I like how I play on it. I like our system on it, which makes it enjoyable for me.
Okay, that's a good answer. I mean, there were
Yeah,
bad answers to that question. There was wrong answers as well, but the two maps you mentioned, I think, are brilliant picks.
yeah,
Honestly, I think Overpass, just playing, watching, one of the best maps in the pool, and Inferno, it's a staple for a reason. It's not just a staple because noobs like it. It's a staple because it's a brilliant map, and yeah, we
yeah. I
can tell
mean,
that.
every game is close. That just brings excitement to it, right? So
True that. As a viewer, it is a lot better when a
yeah,
map is close.
yeah. It's intense, which I like.
Yeah, that too. I mean, there's nothing much more intense than having to run through 3 smokes, 2 mollies, a nade, and a flash just to maybe get a fight at top banana.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, I've done this with everyone. I'm going to do it with you as well. The quick fire round.
Okay.
So we're just maybe not one word answers. If you feel like you have 2 words to say about something, go for it. But these are going to be relatively quick and easy to answer. So firstly, favorite drink,
Red Bull.
favorite snack.
Snickers.
Which map would you remove from the current map pool?
Oh, that's not a Mirage.
Hey, who's your favorite CS:GO player?
Me.
If you could have any superpower, which one would it be?
Uh, being invisible.
Nice. And finally, how many wins are we getting this season in Open?
9.
Not 9.
9.
Is that it? Okay.
Yeah, it's 10 matches, and we have lost 1.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, they just changed it.
Oh, they changed it again, the little sods.
Yeah.
I had
Did
no
you
idea.
If it was 16 again, I would said 15, of course.
Okay, good. Good. I was gonna say, the hell is this guy talking about? 9. But no, if we're ending 9-1, then sure, hell yeah, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. Some pretty some non-controversial answers, but I mean, Mirage. Who likes Mirage? And there are people out there who like it, but I don't get who they are.
I mean, it's such a, you begin CS with Mirage and you end CS with Mirage. So it's like, I don't know, it's such a basic map, right? It's like Dust 2, but newer.
Yeah, kinda. It's like Dust 2 with like a couple extra staircases, and I don't know. When I started playing CS, it was still the map pool with Inferno, Cache, Cobblestone, like the old Inferno.
Yeah.
So my favorite maps forever have been Inferno, Nuke, Cache, Cobble, and Overpass. Like that's been the group I've always wanted to play, and that's how I'd play them. I'd stick all 5 in the selection bar. Then after I'd played one, unselect that one, play the next 4, and that was an evening of CS. It was playing all 5 maps. Oh, people who play Mirage.
That was the days.
Those were the
now
days.
It's just on face it's just Mirage now, so it's kind of boring.
Yeah, and premium queue is always Mirage as well. Like,
yeah,
what's the point?
Exactly.
Hate people.
I mean, I perform good on Mirage. It's not like I hate it because I'm bad at it.
No,
it's
same.
just more of it's overplayed. Like I enjoy it from time to time because it's still a good map. It's basic, but it's deep. Like you have to know how to react to certain strats and stuff. But it's like overplayed.
Massively.
Every pug is Mirage, and it's just like, no, I don't want that.
Cut Mirage. Bring back Train. I love Train. I never played it because in like solo queue, no one comms well enough to play Train. But I loved watching it, man.
Yeah, it's a good op map. Like
That's true.
I would not argue if they brought it back. But I actually think bringing in new maps would be better than old maps.
Yeah, like we did with Vertigo and Ancient. Maybe there's another map.
Yeah, I like those maps. Like there's nothing wrong with them, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think Ancient. I don't know. I don't think it's in its final form. I think there's still a couple tweaks that need to be made.
Absolutely, yeah.
The bomb sites just feel like hell, honestly.
Yeah, I mean A feels like B and B feels like A.
True that, but I mean more beyond just that. You can rename it to A, but you'll still never be able to plant the bomb safely, and that just
that's a problem we've had. That's a big problem we've had. Yeah.
All the spams, all the nades that you can be easily tossed in. Oh, but still, it would be cool to see a new map instead of Mirage. But hey, as long as players play it, Valve are not going to remove it. That's basically their policy.
Yeah.
Just too bad.
I mean, I would remove Dust 2.
Dust 2 is also a good one. I'd remove both.
Yeah.
Both out.
Yeah.
Make a new sand map. We've had these two for like 15 years. Go away.
Yeah.
New sand maps, please.
Let's add a modern new map.
Set it in like a Christmas market. No, something like that. But anyway, we're getting sidetracked.
Yeah, we are.
Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
A lot faster than Rov's interview, which lasted over an hour, but hey.
Yeah, I saw that. I fell asleep to it actually yesterday.
Not everyone has as much to say as Rov.
Yeah, no, he's a very talkative guy.
Very nice guy, yeah, but
yeah,
he has a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been great chatting. This hopefully will go up very soon, so people on the who are watching it, maybe this will come out before the next game. We never know.
Yeah.
Never
Can
know.
I just give a shout out to two friends?
I was about to
who,
ask, do you have any shout-outs?
Yeah, I have to Elias and Bayan. They're two friends, close friends, who's helped me along the way. So I want to shout them out.
All right,
But yeah,
top guys. Helping out Sultan is a good thing.
yeah,
But yeah, thank you for joining me. If you want to sub to the Vandals HQ, you should. You can have more interviews, more content coming in the future as well. That's going to be not just interviews. There should be some other special things coming with Sultan, and you are involved in. Yeah, from what I've seen.
yeah.